Hello, everyone. You're welcome back to my regular series on marriage on the rock. And today, we are talking about something that many couples experience, but few are willing to admit, and a very few are also willing to speak about it or to look for solutions towards it. It is one of those silent struggles that couples face in their homes. What exactly am I trying to say? What am I implying? I just want every couple that have the opportunity to listen to this to please know that there comes a season in our marriages when the passion that once comes so naturally seems to disappear. The excitement fades and then the butterflies, they fly away and the bedroom slowly becomes just another room in the house. I once heard about a particular man who got married to a beautiful lady, and then after they had 5 children, he said, "I'm no longer interested in having sexual intimacy with you. I no longer find you attractive." And then he abandoned the woman and started looking for another woman outside of their matrimony. Just say, "Okay, you are no longer appealing to me." And then he simply stopped touching her completely. Then it became the woman's duty to keep running after the man, which he reluctantly yields to occasionally. Also, in the same vein, I've also spoken with some men who are suffocating in their marriages, and then because their wives no longer desire sexual intimacy, they still love their wives, but the marriage bed has become painfully silent because the woman said, "I just don't feel like it, I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it," because something has happened along the way. So therefore, our topic for discussion from now and then some weeks to come would be basically on this: when couples stop having sexual feelings for each other. And my name is Helen, the set person for Marriage on the Rock and Singles with Purpose. There are wives who feel emotionally disconnected. Some of them are exhausted, overwhelmed, or simply no longer interested. And maybe in your home right now as we speak, good night has become the exact thing that you meant it is. No cuddling, no flossing, no "come here my love," just turning over the opposite side of the bed and then you're back to back, hoping other person doesn't start a conversation. I hope that is not the picture of your bedroom that I just painted. And the husband is wondering what happened to us. And in some other occasion, the wife is thinking, "I just want to sleep, I don't want anything, don't touch me." Sometimes it feels as if the touch is actually irritating, because there you have the flinging away of the hands, no sparks, nothing. Everything has dried up. So many things has happened along the way, and somewhere between the raising children, paying bills, ministry, career, stress, disappointment, and life's endless responsibilities, the spark quietly slipped away. It's a possibility, Maybe that is where you are today, right now in your marriage. You know what? Don't panic at all, because a loss of sexual feelings does not automatically mean that you are falling out of love. Yes, it doesn't necessarily mean that your marriage is over. No. In many long-term marriages, sexual desire rises and falls in different seasons. That is normal. The problem is that nobody talks about it, so couples begin to think they are the only one. It is very, very common among couples. In this new video series, by the grace of God, we are going to have an honest and practical and biblical conversation about this sensitive topic. We are going to uncover so many things, among which we will discuss and then we will explore why sexual feelings fade in marriages. We are going to also explore the hidden emotional, physical, and spiritual factors that quietly kills desire in marriage. Also, we would be exploring the danger of ignoring sexual disconnection in marriage. And most importantly, by the special grace of God, we would be exploring the practical ways that couples can rebuild intimacy before emotional distance becomes permanent in their marriages. This series is not about blaming anyone. We are not blaming either the husband or the wife, and neither are we going to shift blames. No, we are not going to do that. But it is going to be about understanding each other, protecting your marriage and discovering the intimacy that God intended. If you have discovered it and you lost it, you can also rediscover it, and then everything will come back to life in your dead bedroom affairs. For sure, it is very, very certain that sometimes sexual feelings can disappear. Yeah, it's a fact that we need to agree with. And but nevertheless, it doesn't really have to mean that it is the end of your story, that it is going to be the end of your marriage. But pretending about it is wrong and could create problems that never needed to happen in the first place. So we're going to explore all of the possibilities of why, where, when, how, about your marriage, about when you just feel I don't really have interest in this anymore. We're going to talk about it. Just prepare your mind, because God has something to say to you, and the spark in your home can be reignited. You just be ready. So if you no longer have sexual feelings for your husband or for your wife, just follow this series, because I believe that God is about to do something new, something significant in your marriage. Thank you so much for listening to me today. We'll kickstart the episode per se in our next episode. Bye bye.